Electric motorcycles, love them or hate them, we are starting to see them more and more. But until last year, you couldn't just walk into your local Honda dealer and pick one up. You had to settle on a Bramo or a Zero or an Agility, so all really niche brands. And all those bikes cost upwards of 15 grand for something that's kind of got limited appeal in the sense that there's not that much of a range on them. And when you compare it to a normal conventional bike, there's not much incentive to go for the battery powered option. Then KTM released an off-road and supermoto version of the Freeride. BMW released the C Evolution scooter, which is fully electric. And you've probably seen a story on our site which says that Victory has just entered the TT for the electric race. So the big names out there are clearly paying attention to this battery powered malarkey, and the latest one to join the group is Harley-Davidson. Think of a Harley and you've got a few simple things in mind. Big V-twin engine with a really loud exhaust and maybe some tassels if that's what you're into. But suddenly last year they went all techno on us and released this little teaser video of the bike whooshing past with only the whir of an electric motor. And then I saw Scarlett Johansson ride the bike in the latest Avengers film, which obviously immediately made it cool for me. I guess like any bike, you know, what we're really interested in is the power unit, or in this case, the electric motor. So it makes 72 horsepower and about 52 foot-pounds of torque. That's roughly the same amount of torque as a 600cc Supersport bike, but the difference is the live wire delivers all of that power and all of that torque from the second you twist that throttle. The live wire is obviously unlike anything we've ever seen or ridden before from Harley-Davidson, but it's still got some Harley traits, that Harley DNA. Things like the belt drive, it's got adjustable front suspension, which looks like it's come straight off one of the other Harleys, a single disc front brake, and things like the wheels just look very Harley. I guess the least Harley thing on the entire bike is the dash. It's a touchscreen, full colour display, and when you fire up the bike, turn it on, give it some juice, it gives you two riding modes that you can choose. It's pretty self-explanatory. Range, if you want to go further, and power, if you want everything that the motor's got to offer. So we sat on the bike, fired it up, and right as we were about to head out, the heavens opened. Electricity and water, what could possibly go wrong? As you can see, the weather is dire, but still got an idea of what the Harley was all about and what the performance was like. With 74 horsepower, it probably sounds really stupid to say it feels like it's got 74 horsepower, but the difference between the live wire and a normal bike with 74 brake is that there's no soft power delivery, there's no build up to that 74 horsepower, it's just there straight away. So it feels really strange when you open the throttle fully to 100%, you may as well just have a button that says go fast. It's still just a prototype, so at the moment there's no ABS, and more importantly there's no traction control. But despite that disgusting rain out there, could still give it full beans and get the power down. And it's fast, really fast, and not just fast for an electric bike, it's fast full stop. Millbrook is a handling circuit though, so inevitably you do eventually get to a corner, and that's never really been Harley's forte. Don't get me wrong, it handles better than anything I've tried from Harley's cruiser range. So even though it looks like a sporty naked, it doesn't really handle like one. In all honesty though, I don't really think Harley would mind me saying that, because I don't think it's meant to compete against sports naked. And I tell you what, if it comes to market, I will put some money on it selling well, and for one reason, because it doesn't look like an electric bike. So many of the options out there look a bit silly. They've got outrageous designs, or they're finished in a sort of eco-green, save the world, white paint scheme thing. And I think people who want to buy into the electric lifestyle don't necessarily want something that doesn't look like a motorcycle. They just want a normal looking bike, which is where the Harley delivers. Most manufacturers, when they're releasing a new bike, do a bit of market research. They build the bike and then they hope for the best when it goes on sale. Whereas what Harley's doing with Project Livewire is they've built the bike and now they're giving test rides worldwide. So they've done in the US and Canada, and now the test ride scheme is moving all across Europe, which is where we rode the bike at Millbrook. And they're fine-tuning the bike from the feedback that they're getting from those test rides. It's too late now to sign up to have a go on one, but considering the endless amounts of positive feedback the bike's been getting, I don't think it'll be too long before we see one sitting in a local dealership.